Okay, now it seems like everything's working. Alrighty. That's not notification now. Excuse you. Daily action, please. I don't tweet nearly as much as the POTUS. This should be fine. Alrighty, let's see. We are looking for a black crystal fire type, not electric. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hey, Root, how you doing? I'm not 100%, but I'm still kicking well enough to play. How about you? I will tell you, though, you missed some hair-pulling fun on just getting a batch of Spanish dittos. Nice. I think my foreign ones are either Japanese or Italian. I don't think I have any Spanish ones. Right, what was I saying? You missed some fun on Tuesday. I was doing a race for Scott's Thoughts. He's hosting a Mew-only Yellow Challenge. And I decided it would be fun for me to forego the speed category and just go straight to memes. I did it metronome only. It was pain. It was pain, especially when I was doing the Channelers in Pokemon Tower and Agatha. Agatha probably took longer than any other fight in the game. But thankfully all the recording for the overlay stuff worked the first time, so I'm not going to do it again. I'm not even sure if I could do it faster, given how random metronome is. Today, though, we are going for Skeledirge, since he's going to be leaving us in, let's call it 3-4 hours. And for that, I've got a Komao for Violet. In Scarlet, I tried making an unaware Quagsire work. It did work, technically, once. And I'm never doing it solo again. I've already made sure this works for... Let's see here. Yep, I've caught it. Just in case you wanted to see what we got. I caught it on Mario Day. I barely made it to catching in Scarlet on Mario Day. I think it was like 1140 something. You'll see what's stupid about my Quagsire build when we get to it. First, let's get it clear with the Komao build in Violet. I like Quagsire too, but it just did not work out how I was hoping. And I will say, this Komao, I did have to change it once I realized, oh yeah, the Skeledirge uses Flame Charge automatically, twice during the fight. Because I didn't go in here with Bulldoze. The first time, I had 3 of these same moves, but instead of Bulldoze, I had Belly Drum. I thought I could get away with it. I didn't realize the speed was actually going to get over me. Sorry for the notification noise, that's me, not you. Throw my phone away. It's in a shock-absorbent case, it'll survive. Arboliva, not necessary, but could be helpful. Sylveon could also be useful if it gets a lucky Moonblast off to drop special attack. That free Flame Charge, that's what fucks me. Or that's what would've if I didn't change my build. So I'll start with Bulldoze to make sure it stays down until the stat reset. Bulletproof goes off on Shadow Ball because it's technically a spiritual move. Now I have to rely on Screech hitting. It's 85%, but it feels like 50. You could Screech first and then Bulldoze at this stage of the fight. I preferred bulldozing first. One Screech successful. Did I forget to Throat Chop? I did. My foreign Ditto is indeed 6 IV. I forgot to Throat Chop. Yep. I'm gonna just reset now then. I need to pull up my stat sheets and remind myself of the instructions, because I did this 3 days ago. Why are you ramping up now? I have less going on. Infernal contraption. Where is that TXT file? No, not that. I need that. There we are. Okay. I can zoom in here as well. I don't have instructions for the moves, just the stat spreads and all. These were also some Pokemon I was considering for alternatives. Kyogre is doing this raid on free, but I didn't want to use a legendary. Call me dumb for that. I didn't want to use a legendary. I wanted to use something I could breed up myself. So what I was working with here was the Kommo-o. Originally, this last move, Mud Slap, you can't learn Mud Slap as a Kommo-o. Why do I even have that in there? Originally, I had Belly Drum in there instead of Bulldoze, but everything else was apparently in line with what other people were thinking, so I'm going to pretend I'm Psychic on that and call it mildly close. Functional. Let's see. Quagsire. Quagsire, you're going to see that when I get to Scarlet. For now, we're working on the Kommo-o build in Violet. We got a Shell Bell. I can actually load it back up, so I can show you the stats properly while we're talking. What was the last chat? Is my foreign... Yeah, I already answered that, but yes, my foreign IV Ditto. The Italian one is definitely 6 IV. I don't remember if the Japanese one is. And even if they aren't, I caught 6 IV Dittos back in... Was it late 2023 or early 2024? When they had the 3 different Ditto builds available. Are those in my Violet or Scarlet? I think they're in Violet. I can show them. Yeah, these are Dittos I'd gotten from an event a ways back. So if it comes to breeding, I can do Min Attack, Min Speed, or 6 IV all around. And I'm using my own trainer IDs. Right, it was... I caught these all on my birthday back in 2023, I forgot. And this is my perfect IV Italian one, just in case. Right, we were talking build. I still have my screen up for that. You couldn't even see the stats because I had my notepad up. Sorry about that. 5 IV, 0 attack. 5 IV, 0 speed. And 6 IV all around. Think I'll catch another later today. That way I have 9 to give away. Nice. Those are going to be some lucky people. 6 IVs, and this is my Italian one with the perfect 6 IV. And for the build we're using today, in Violet we're using Kommo-o holding a Shell Bell. It's got the hidden ability, Bulletproof, protects from ball and bomb-based moves, Tera Ground. Maybe my EV spread is not the best. I did 252 attack, 252 special defense, and 4 HP. You can still get messed up by, was it Stomping Tantrum if you're not careful. I was going to say Flame Charge, but it's a 40 base power coming off of a mixed attacking Skeledirge. They made it rash for the raid for some reason. Oh well. Adamant Nature, you can see right there. Earthquake, Throat Chop, Screech, and Bulldoze. Earthquake is your primary damage dealing move, but you can also fall back on Bulldoze if you don't PP up. I'd say you don't really need PP up on any of these, but it's better to just have them done for the future. Like I said before, I had Belly Drum instead of Bulldoze, but Skeledirge gets just enough speed that 206 will not be enough. You mind if we Union Circle? I want to do more than just 3 barbecue quests? Oh, sure. Going online. Okay, Union Circle. Do you have a group formed already, or should I form a group? I'll form it, okay. Okay, the link code is WJR3LG. Posting that in the chat. No problem. Remind me not to reset if I fuck up the raid. I'll just have to fail it out. I was so close to figuring out a Coma O build on my own. Quit outright if you're not multiplier grading. Okay. I always forget that. But then, doesn't that mean I get the same NPCs the second time around, or is that only if I lose? Forget if that's quit out or lose. Oh well. I just have to remember how to play. I'm not very dependent on my NPCs for this braid. Okay. Like the runaway option. Okay. Okay, so the first thing you have to remember when doing this, which I forgot the first play, was you have to throat chop with your Coma O very actively to keep the torch song from happening. So turn 1 Throat Chop, turn 2 Bulldoze, and then you can start Screeching. You're not going to be able to set up for your Tera immediately, but it's more important that you... I guess you can do 2 Screeches and then Bulldoze. Just make sure those go off. Okay, we have an Intimidator to stop with Stomping Tantrums. Heracross and Haxorus aren't going to do us any favors, though. So should Shadow Ball us turn 1, and that's why we're going to throw it, because we don't have to worry about dodging a turn 1 Torch Song. We're going to Screech once, and then we're going to Bulldoze. Do we get it successfully? Okay. Also, for those who don't use Throat Chop regularly, cute myself as well, It lasts... What? It should last 2 turns. Huh. I guess I'm going to do that right now. There, now you can see 2 of 2 turns remaining. Okay. We screeched once, now we're going to bulldoze. We're not going to be able to get off the second screech before Tera's, but we'll just have to power through that shield. If we want to ramp up the damage while it's got a shield up, we can always do an attack shield. I don't think that's going to be necessary, though. There we go. I've already forgotten how to count. Throat Chop it is. There's no advantage to us keeping that Dragon type right now, so might as well. We're gonna have to remember to bulldoze again once it sets up with the second flame charge. We'll only do that after 3 sets of debuffs, though. So we got a little bit of time. And hopefully we interrupted you trying to do something different. No, apparently. Well, we're already Tera. We're gonna have our damage up. We only got the 1 screech down. We could be doing this faster, but we're working with what we got. Next turn, Throat Chop. Shell Bell's keeping us nice and topped off. Hopefully we can just interrupt on one of its sound-based moves. There you go. One screech might be enough to do this quickly. Quick enough, at least. I prefer 2, but we worked with it down. And the Earthquake next turn will take it down. The shield, not the entire raid. That Stomping Tantrum's doing nothing while that Arcanine's Intimidate is helping us. Okay, given the raid mechanics, once the shield goes down and it getting multiple moves in a row, it might actually be able to get off 1 Torch Song. Because its turns count as its number of moves, so... We're safe for now? We're safe for now, okay. So I'm going to bulldoze again. And next I'm going to Throat Chop. Now you got a Flame Charge just to catch up. Throat Chop, stop singing. In a row? No way. It wouldn't be 3 in a row. You would be going first if you had your speed boost off Flame Charge. That's the ticket. Too bad your Flame Charge is too late. You got your speed debuffed. Not enough. Just make sure. I'm going to Throat Chop again to be safe. Could just be a UI thing. I'm not sure. This is also an opportunity to screech, but we don't need it now. We're gonna whittle it down quick enough to it won't matter how quickly it will do things. There's still a reflector in there. Next turn we have to throw chop. It's definitely run out then. With a singing move, there you go. Oh, double whiff. Gotta love it. You know what? Let's do an attack cheer. Still shadow balling bulletproof. Imagine if the raid bosses had better AI. With my Quagsire, I was actually getting to the point where I was using Amnesia enough on some test runs that they stopped using special moves entirely. This might be the only earthquake I've got. Truck's still doing work. Not gambling. I'll put another one up. And next turn, I Earthquake for the win. The damage is actually high enough with that HP low enough. I could have gone for it this turn. I'm playing it very safe. Health empty? No 1 HP miracle for you. Sorry, bud. There we go. First attempt after I actually remembered how to think. And I've already caught it, so it's going to disappear. Like so. Ooh, another ability patch and some herb. Not bad. I think this is the second raid I've used Coma 04 in Scarlet and Violet. The first one was definitely in Scarlet, so I'll have to get there. I can see you're still in the Union Room, Root. Do you, need help with anything? Just doing barbecues? Fair enough. Or blueberry quests. But you let me know if you're done with whatever needs doing in the Union Room. I want to show off Scarlet, but I'm not in a hurry, because, I'm just going to be straight with you. The build I have for my Quagsire in Scarlet is not reliable solo. I'm not even sure it's necessarily functional. It relies on sheer dumb luck for accuracy procs. Before this, I even had, instead of Mud Slap, I was using Muddy Water. Yeah, let me actually update the note file to reflect that. Muddy Water here. Yeah, not only does Muddy Water not have a guaranteed proc on the accuracy drop, it doesn't even have a guaranteed proc to hit. It's not 100%. Oh, go for it? Okay. So I'm just going to ramble about this Quagsire that taught me how to hate. And then we'll go to the other build. Shell Bell Oh, excuse me. I didn't hit the mic in time. Sorry. Yeah. Right. Quagsire holding a Shell Bell. Hidden ability, unaware. Tera Water. You don't need to redo that at least. It's a 50-50 once you get your Wooper, though. EVs, 4 in HP, 252 special attack, 252 special defense. So, oh yeah, it's pretty similar to my Kommo there. Modest nature instead of adamant, but then you get to the move set. Like I said before, I was running Muddy Water instead of Mud Slap for a while. I was worried about keeping my HP up with the Shell Bell, and I didn't realize how essential the Mud Slap accuracy drops were to this build. Ugh. This is what happens when I try to be clever and make something myself from scratch. Because nobody else is running Quagsires. Kommo, I got lucky. People were running something close to what I made, I just had to change one move. Quagsires, on the other hand, people were theory crafting this before Skeledirge came out, and then nobody was using it after. I could have run a Vaporeon, I could have run a Blissey, I could have just gone the easy way and done a Kyogre, but no. I chose Mud Slap, Rain Dance, Amnesia, Surf. If you do 2 Amnesias, the Skeledirge is gonna damn near stop using special moves. Like, it's gonna try to get its stats up with a Torch Song, but other than that, it's gonna do all Stomping Tantrum. So there's no point in Amnesia after a while. You just stopped it from using, Hyper Voice, Shadow Ball. Yeah. And you do not have the damage to keep up with it. You do not have the HP regen to keep up with it. You are relying entirely on it missing. And you have to reset that twice during the fight. You have to reset it once during the fight. You have to set it up twice, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Root, I'm going to give you a 60-second warning. I'm about to shut down the room, so then I'm hopping over to my other version. There's nothing else I need in the air. No, just... I tried making that Quagsire work for so damn long. It just purely comes down to luck. Intimidators help. Arboliva can help. A Gardevoir can help. An Umbreon. A Bellybolt. A Sylveon. Yeah. It'll auto-boot me, so don't worry. Okay. Just figured I'd give you a warning. Okay, now let me swap the carts. I know I'm a caveman still using physical media. Don't remind me. I really want to make Quagsire work, but it just doesn't have the stats for it, even with the IV and this EV investment. It just, it's a Quagsire. This is a post-Gym 1 battle in Gen 2, okay? You get this thing after Faulkner. It's not going to be a high power level. And it's certainly not going to keep whatever it could have been going into Gen 9, 7 generations later. Physical's the way to go, considering how greedy companies are getting these days. Yep. I agree with you. Most games, however, just are not going that. Like, I mentioned before, Black Myth Wukong, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. Alan Wake 2, that was another one, because I was actually considering getting that at launch, giving me a reason to dust off my Xbox... Yeah. My Xbox Series X. Thanks for the tongue twister names. Same thing with Senua's Sacrifice. Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 didn't get a physical copy at all. Alan Wake 2 didn't get a physical copy until it came out with a deluxe edition with a DLC bundled in. So that was more expensive. And it was already a $70 game. No, I did not want to... I got my A and my B backwards. I'm thinking of different controller types. Okay. No, that's grass. Oh, there we go. I will show you one attempt of me going into this solo with my Quagsire build. But, there's a reason I only recommend the Como build that I'm showing today. This Quagsire, this is a... You know what it is? It's a slot machine. You gamble on this Quagsire. If you think you're luckier than Joey Wheeler, go for it. Otherwise, do not try it. Joey, I only rolled dice badly 2 times in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Across 5 seasons. Or were they both dice, or were they coins? No, the first one was a coin, because that was on Time Wizard. The second one was in Season 5, Siegfried, so that would have been dice, yeah. But let's show the Quagsire first, okay? Tera Water, Shell Bell. I got it in a Lure Ball. I caught my first Wooper in a Lure Ball, all the way back in Gen 2. If my old gold cartridge still had working batteries in it, I would show it, but unfortunately, those batteries were not made to last 25 years. I haven't replaced them yet, I just... My old carts are sacred. I can't explain it. But yeah, caught it in a Lure Ball, Tera Water, it's already water around natively, hold a Shell Bell. It has a modest nature, hidden ability, Unaware. The ability, Unaware, is the same as the raid boss. You would figure, oh, this evens it out. Not as much as you think. Look at these stats. The highest stat I got is my HP at 332. The special attack after that is 250. You can get a 250 attack stat off of how many legendaries with no EVs or IVs invested in it. That would be your weaker back end. Rayquaza is laughing at that 250 special attack. Kyogre in particular. Like I said, I didn't prep one for this raid. You could be having multiple stats in the high 300s or even over 4. The HP over 400. I don't know about special attack being over 400. But yeah. Originally, I was running Muddy Water instead of Mud Slap. That is about 85 to 90% chance to hit at all. And then the accuracy drop is another 50-50. So, Mud Slap, it's less damage, obviously. Like, Muddy Water would be doing almost as much as Surf, and it's water type, so it would sync up with your Tera Water. Versus Mud Slap, it's only 20, and it's ground type. You need the accuracy drops for this one, okay? I cannot overstate that enough. This is a gamble build. Rain Dance to lessen the fire damage you're taking from the Skeledirge, although if you get your Amnesia set up too high, it's not going to use fire moves on you anyway. Except for Torch Song, which is not for the fire damage, but to boost its special attack. And Amnesia, again, buff your special defense. Surf is your primary damage dealing move, and along with your Shell Bell hold item, that's your primary healing option. Oop. I'm going to show you this once. It's not going to work, unless we get extremely lucky. Let me just verify this. Did I hallucinate it? Did I actually catch the damn thing? I did. Good. I should have caught it the same day I caught... Yeah, the same day I caught the one in Violet. I am not a lucky person. I don't know why I thought I could make this build work. I thought it was less luck dependent than it is. Okay. I said I was going to show it, I'll show it. You're going to watch me fail. It might be in fast, it might be a quick fail, it might be in slow motion. We'll see. There's no point in trying to reset for certain raid partners here. Because you're relying on the enemy missing. Would it help if I had a Quagsire or an Arboliva? Yes. Do I think it's worth resetting? No. I'm going to show you it fail once. Haxor Sylveon. What's the last one? Mudsdale. And that was a physical fire move, by the way. 40 base damage, crit, yeah, of course. First things first, start with Mud Slap. Now, unless I set up Amnesia, the only thing it's going to do is Shadow Ball me to death. We're gonna have to sack a feint. Unless we get lucky, and we don't. Like I said, we could fail quickly. How much power is that gonna eat? Yep. I guess that Sylveon got a special attack drop off of Moonblast. Otherwise it wouldn't be switching to Stomping Tantrum. Okay, he's got 3 accuracy drops. I don't think I can afford to set up more. I have to Rain Dance and then start surfing. Tera, as soon as you can, you need the extra damage for the extra healing. Oh, and I got the Jank Tera animation too. Everybody except Mudsdale disappeared. Why? What makes the fat-hoofed horse special? Back to Shadow Ball, though. Oh, right, that because I lost my ground type. Duh. We recovered about 50 off of that. It's not enough to keep you up. If it keeps doing Stomping Tantrum instead of Shadow Ball, though, it could be. In fact, you know what? I got a bit of HP. I'll set up another Amnesia. Or first Amnesia, actually. Since I got KO'd once, I forgot my routine. And that's how much that Shadow Ball did even after we Amnesia'd. So it's using Torch Song on somebody, just not us. Yeah, 2 special attack buffs, yep. I don't think I can afford to set up Rain Dance again, but I'm gonna try. Goes for the Tantrum instead. Good. For what? That Tantrum did a bit more than I would like. Also, I don't think it's missed once. Like, am I being dumb with this? Is my unaware causing it to ignore its own accuracy debuffs? Because I only ever made this build work once. I feel like I just have to be missing something. Okay, I don't want a chance at being lower. I'll go for guild here. It has to be something with the unaware. It is? Oh my fuck. So the build was just fundamentally flawed from the beginning. God damn it. Well, that'll show me to try and think outside the box. Low rolling the heels every time. I thought unaware would only impact your observations for... I thought as far as your enemy's attacks incoming to you, it would only avoid, special attack and special defense buffs. And then when your attack is going into them, then it ignores your... brain. Ignores the buffs relating to defense and special defense. And I guess speed, regardless of the attack order. Ugh. Well, that's unfortunate, but at least I have an answer now. I should have been recording the one time I got this build to work. Because that is luck I am never going to get again. Like, it's not even going to get to the point where it's 50% on this. I'm gonna see how far I can get it, but I'm not expecting this to go below 30%. I didn't realize accuracy was factored in unaware. I thought that was only attack, defense, special defense, and speed. And even in speed is a question. The more you know. Can you tell I don't use unaware builds that often? Okay, we got one attack left. Let's see if it counts. We have time for maybe one more surf, but we're not going to get it below 30%. We're not even going to get it below 40% by the looks of things. If it was going to be a perma-neutral battle as well, Quagsire's just too weak in terms of stats. It can't compete with a Gen 9 Pokemon. Never mind a raid boss. We only just got to the second Flame Charge, and we're out of time. Quagsire's not the way to go for this raid, so I built it, I got it to work once, that's it. Do not gamble with your Quagsires like I did. So, I didn't need to quit out of the game. I was already kicked out of the raid. Reflex is bad. Okay. I'm going to go online. I'm going to find a rain team to join. Because, I did try some multiplayer with this the other night. Having a Kyogre as an ally makes it free automatically. But Kyogre doesn't run Rain Dance typically. So after their Drizzle runs out, 5 turns in... no more permanent weather like Gen 3 off abilities. After their Rain Dance runs out, you set it up for them. They're grateful. And that's about all I can do. Want you to help? No, thank you. I'm just going to go online and find somebody to piggyback on. I should be able to find a lot of water people. Especially the raid's going... It's going down in, what, 2-3 hours? Yeah. Gotta go online first. Challenge as a group. Let anyone join. Yeah, you don't need to be subjected to this Quagsire build. You're already listening to it. That's more than I would expect out of most people. Metagross? I don't know any Metagross builds for this. Mew? Terrakion. Okay, I can see Terrakion a bit more with ground options. Metagross, though, too vulnerable. And a Kommo-o. Okay. Well, I'll ready up. I'll see what the rest of them do. The Kommo-o build I've already shown. I know that works. Terrakion, I don't know what that's going to be. I'm guessing mostly rock and ground. Is the Mew a support Mew? Or, hang on, we lost somebody. I'm not getting an NPC for the 4th slot. Is that a ground Arceus? Or... why a Go-Goat? Well, you just joined randomly. You didn't know what you were doing. Okay. Looks like we're going to be very ground-heavy for this. Not exactly the water-rich raid I was hoping for. You're not locked in with the Go-Goat, though, so you hopefully got a strat. Terrakion? I don't remember if Terrakion gets Throat Chop in Gen 9. No, it does not. It doesn't look like it has a period. Umbreon? Okay. We'll give it a shot. I'll open with Rain Dance and then just start spamming Surfs then, because Mudslap might help my allies, but it's not going to help me. Oh, you all brought your shiny... you have a shiny god. And I just brought a regular Quagsire. Some people are out here to flex. I respect it. Also, the envious part of me's telling me, fuck you. I'm gonna go straight to Surf. That's still locked. The Terrakion just went down, what? I don't know what the Terrakion is doing. I saw one... was it cooking? This is not gonna work. I gotta get into a water raid. This is all ground, and I guess the Umbreon is support. This is not gonna work. Yeah, it has to have set up multiple torch songs on the allies. Well, somebody's tearing. I guess it's the Arceus. At least my special defense drops don't matter, because we're both using unaware. Wait, is that a Tera Stellar Arceus? Interesting. Well, the Umbreon just went down too, so we're running on a quarter time. If that. Excuse me, I had to mute myself. I might be about to eat shit next turn because it just got its special attack so high. And I don't mean like it buffed its special attack so high, I just mean it naturally has those stats. Unaware isn't saving me from it being a naturally higher status Pokemon. Maybe it's still doable with the time left? I don't know. That Stellar Arceus is popping off. Yeah, we're about to lose out. We get maybe 2 attacks off. What? Oh, the Umbreon went down. Okay. Yep. No, wait, the Terrakion? Huh, okay. I figured the Umbreon would have gone down first, but I guess the Terrakion was the first to faint at all. Credit to Arceus, though, the only one that didn't faint. Excuse me. Ugh, packing up a storm here. Yeah. This build can definitely work in multiplayer, but you need to be on a rain team, and I was the only one throwing out water moves, so not so much here. And I did it again. I reflexively quit out the game when I already just am out of the raid. Bad instincts, bad reflexes. You know, maybe this is just me venting, but part of me feels like trying to get this accuracy build for Quagsire working was actually worse than doing the pure Metronome Mew run in Yellow on Tuesday. Yeah, that's probably just venting, because Metronome is literally pure randomness. The hardest part of the Metronome run was going up against Ghost Trainers, Agatha especially, because not only does she have Ghosts, her Golbat's a flying type, so whatever I roll on her, there's a potential for 3 types of moves entirely to just not work. Normal and fighting on the Ghosts, or ground on the Golbat. Ugh. But hey, I got a race entry in, so it was my first time doing a race, especially in an older game. My brain has a hard time going back past Gen 4. Some of my favorite games are Gen 3, like Gale of Darkness, Colosseum, Emerald. But at the same point, going back to a pre-physical special split, that's a challenge. If I can see a Kyogre in here, we automatically win. Doesn't matter what the rest of the allies bring. Iron Valiant. Kyogre, there we go. I don't know what Kayla's going to bring for the last slot, but Como works. Kyogre's a guaranteed. Quagsire can piggyback off the Kyogre. I just have to Rain Dance. Milotic, okay. I guess you're going to run an Aqua Ring support build? I don't know, that could go multiple ways. Let's start it. I'll Amnesia turn 1 and then just start surfing. Kyogre gives us a free 5 turns of rain, so I'm going to use them. Shiny. I actually have a shiny event Milotic. I think it's still in my Gen 4 games. Yeah, I never evolved a shiny Milotic from a shiny Pikachu. I never thought that. But I do have a shiny event Milotic. Amnesia once and then we start attacking. Wait, is the Kyogre running Muddy Water? You're running mud right next to a Quagsire. You're lucky you're a water god, otherwise I would consider that blasphemy. Skill swap Slowking? Oh. I don't know about Slowking, but I did see some people building a skill swap contrary Malamar. I like Malamar. I don't know why I didn't try that. But yeah, contrary off of Malamar would be causing it to debuff itself every time you use Torch Song. But then the Torch Song doesn't matter as much because then you're unaware. Unless you're willing to sack a KO. It's an option. I have a Slowking. I don't remember if it's skill swap though. It is raid ready. 3 of us going Tera right now? 3, okay. As long as I don't get KO'd here, should be good for the heal. That was close. Your attack should not be doing that much. I might have to burn a heal cheer anyway. Yeah, I do. Am I about to get KO'd by Hyper Voice? No, thankfully. The Kyogre is live, I'm just gonna spam heal cheers. Contrary wound, you wasn't unaware that Slowking is a special defense tank. Yeah, you are correct on that, yeah. I do think if you were willing to sack your Malamar after you get the skill swap, so then you can set up with your own contrary superpower or something, maybe. Because the Skeledirge isn't part ghost anymore, so you could set up with superpower. It's too many variables up in the air, though. I like Malamar, but I usually don't run it contrary. Nice Origin Pulse, okay. And this should be enough to do it. Nobody gets knocked out, even though we even had a less than complete water team. The Como doesn't sink, but it works. You're torching Songing a little too late. That would take too long to self-KO yourself in a minute time reduction. You're basically crazy. Yeah, you're not wrong on that. But as you can see, this Quagsire can work in a multiplayer setting, but if you want to run it solo, you're gambling. I don't recommend it. I tried it. I failed for like half a day straight, so you don't have to. Listen to my advice. Do not build the way I do. At least not for Quagsires. So yeah, the Como worked. I just had to make some small changes to that. The Quagsire, more or less you were getting carried by a Kyogre. I can be honest with that. That's the Skeledirge raid. Those are the 2 builds I made for it. I don't know what I'm going to do for the Quaquaval. I was worried about Skeledirge being a mixed attacker. I was not betting on Stomping Tantrum and Flame Charge. Flame Charge I didn't think would even be that impactful if it had it, because, you know, it's so slow natively. But it was just fast enough to outspeed a Como. Just barely. With 1 Flame Charge, and I guess multiple throughout the fight, so I needed Bulldoze. I would have sooner thought over Stomping Tantrum they would have given it something like Seed Bomb or Thunderfang or even like a free Sunny Day setup so it could spam Solar Beam. But Skill Swap Slowking does have merit. Absolutely. I'm not sure if it's in this game. Let me see here. I have a Slowbro in this game. I guess Slowking is in my other cart. This was a stored power build from, I want to say, the Cinderace raid? 1229... Yeah, the day after. So I built that Slowbro for this Cinderace. Slowking must be somewhere if I have one. Why didn't I just use a support Blissey? I like Quagsire, that's the thing. I like Quagsire, so I don't consider it a waste. But the objective part of my brain has to win out at some point. I would say if they bring this raid back at some point the way they were with Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, Kyogre's free, Coma-O functions. I've seen Blissey builds, but Skill Swap Slowking might be a better bet, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Violet as well. Make sure I'm set up someplace I remember what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to go to Medali anyway to do breeding, so might as well go there. I feel like Quaquaval, as far as the Gen 9 starters go, is the one I know the least about. I don't know what they would do for that. I feel like Adamant is the safe bet again, but they wouldn't repeat natures so close together, I don't think. I was sooner thinking they would do Modest on Skeledirge over Rash, but if they're making a mixed attacker, yeah, they can't use Modest. Huh. I'm figuring they're gonna go something with... What tech coverage does it have? Quaquaval, what tech coverage do you have? They're probably going to go acrobatics on this one as well, because entering the raid bosses don't have hold items. Rapid Spin, they wouldn't give it a Roost heal move. Then again, for the Mewtwo raid, they did give it Chesto Resto. Would they give it a Roost? And then, probably as a special function, not as like part of its moveset. They could go Misty Terrain to prevent us from using statuses on it, because it is vulnerable to electric types. Maybe they would want to avoid it getting paralyzed? Does not have that much type coverage in terms of tech. Like water, ice, flying, fighting, yeah, sure, but there's nothing unexpected here, like, it doesn't have the ability to pop out fire. If it would just use flying anyway to cover grass. Aqua Step and Rain Dance. That might be enough, honestly. The hidden ability Moxie on it as well. If it gets 1 KO, you're done. What would I do if I was feeling extra dickish on this? Let me look at the move list. Shellbell's gonna be... Shellbell is the key to, like, 2 out of 3 raids. There's just not enough healing to go around. Unless you have a dedicated support mon. Like, do I have it in here? No, this is my attacker one, so I... Oh, wait. Was this my support Mew? No, the support Mew had screens. Right, okay. I guess I gotta swap back to Scarlet, because I do have my support Mew. I know where it is now. Iron Leaves with Miraidon? My gut tells me to go Iron Hands, but then I'd be worried about acrobatics. Because it's still half fighting. And even then, I have Iron Hands built in Violet. I don't know what I'd do with Scarlet. Koraidon does Sunny Day as an ability. Yeah, that's the part of Orichalcum Pulse. Orichalcum Pulse is literally just a better drought. Where is that Mew? Here it is. Okay. This was... Koraidon does... You already read that, yeah. This was the Mew I used for the Mewtwo raid, so they both got marked as a Mightiest mark. I had to... Yeah, I had to mint it. It's not docile anymore. Give it Light Clay, Struggle Bug, Light Screen, Misty Terrain, Life Dew. This was my support Mew. I only did the Mewtwo raid 4 times with other people IRL. I was in a room with my best friend and his brother. And I was there with 2 switches. I was doing one of the DPS Mews, and I was doing this Mew as the support. It was a trip. I wish we had a raid that felt like it was that again. Yeah, it was kind of bullshit in terms of difficulty. You think Skill Swap Slowbro would be the thing? Skill Swap Slowbro. What ability would I want to put on that then? Pull up Slowbro. Of the abilities we could choose from, it would be Regenerator, Own Tempo, Oblivious. Own Tempo and Oblivious could technically help it, so if you do that with a Slowbro, you would want to give it the hidden ability Regenerator, because the raid boss can't switch. After switching, though... After skill swapping, I mean. Chilling Water might not do much damage, but it is going to get us some guaranteed attack debuffs. And since it's not just a pure stat move, it does damage, you can get it through shields. I like where your head's at. Yeah, Skill Swap Slowbro might be the build. But we're going to need more info. What else could we do with a Slowbro? Does Quackleval have any dark tech that I'm forgetting about? It has Fling and Taunt. but I'm not seeing anything that hits harder than Fling. Fling is a base 60. I mean, Psychic isn't going to be super effective anyway, because we're going in there against... Never mind, Alolan Exeggutor with a Frisk ability? Oh, even better. Because, yeah, Alolan Exeggutor, you would then have a super effective Grass Stab. Then I would be worried about the quad effective Ice-type moves, though. Because I don't know about other people's Quaquavalls, when I tried using one before, I used Ice Spinner. And this one has more than just one Ice attack as an option. At least until we get the build out there. Until the raid is live, we have to assume it has options. Triple Axle, Ice Spinner, Icy Wind. Wait, only 3 ice moves? I could have sworn it had more. Doesn't it get Ice Beam or Ice Punch? It doesn't? Okay, the Ice Tech is a lot less intimidating considering the worst it could get is Ice Spinner. The other options being Icy Wind, yeah, that would mess with your speed. That could be annoying, but it's not a completely accurate move. And after that is Triple Axle? Huh. Maybe Grass is the way to go, then. A quad weakness, though, with a Grass Dragon. That's a gamble. But a skill swap with that? Skill swap Alolan Exeggutor. I would want to find a way to ditch the grass entirely, and if you're worried about Dragon like I am, probably ditch that as well. What would you Tera into? Stellar, maybe? I don't think they're just good electric coverage. Sunny Day would compensate for that, but I would want to get away from the super effective moves incoming. So probably Tera Stellar or Tera Electric is my... I'm going with my gut here, but we don't have the info, so I should probably stop talking out of my ass. The key thing is here, we did the Skeledirge even with one raid build that I would not recommend. It's done. The raid's about to be over. It's got less than 3 hours left in it, so if you want to try it, I've shown you one build you can use, and one build that is basically a skill check for RNG fiends. If you like shiny hunting, then you can try that Quagsire. Personally, I'm done with it. Maybe I'll use it for breeding to get that lure ball with the stats and the modest nature down, but aside from that, Quagsire deserves better than my build. But hey, thank you all for hanging out today, Rude especially. Good having you in chat, and also in the Union Room. I will be back again with the Quaquaval raid, hopefully. Maybe I'll do it a little earlier. We can do some theory crafting, maybe. But I'm honestly not feeling 100% right now. I'm sorry for all the coughing earlier. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Next stream, it could be the Quaquaval raid. It could also be Monster Hunter Wilds. We will see what is to come. Trevenant. Trevenant would be immune to the fighting moves. It's going to have at least one of those, because that's half of its stab. Or, actually, no, because it's already Tera Water. It wouldn't have fighting stab, really, as a consideration. Maybe. Yeah, but then Grass, you'd still have the consideration for acrobatics. I feel like they gotta go some kind of flying tech on there. Flying and or ice. Oh, it's a lot of variables. I could be overcomplicating it, but I thought Skeledirge was going to be easier than Meowscarada, so what do I know? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, I should probably bail out before I blow out your eardrums. So, thanks again for hanging out. Hopefully you had a good time. I had some fun with at least one of my builds, and we'll be back to stream again, so I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.